issue of discrepancies in IGR and nominal rule remain major problem in all federal universities visited in the Southwest Zone. The committee frowned at the trend that must be corrected to align with the provision of the Constitution.
No money shall be withdrawn from any public fund of the Federation other than the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation unless the issue of those monies has been authorized by an act of the National Assembly. Subsection 4 is saying no monies shall be withdrawn from the Consolidated Revenue Fund or any other public fund of the Federation except in the manner prescribed by the National Assembly. Now, what is the import of these two subsections? Now, most institutions take for granted that when they generate funds internally, they don't have to get it appropriated. Now, annually, there's this budget ritual where Mr. President addresses a joint session of the National Assembly, where he lays out the budget of the Federation, which is broken down into envelopes allocated to ministries and extra-ministerial departments. Chief executives, ministers, and chief executives of parastatals, schools, institutions are invited to defend those budgets. Now, those monies are the monies generated by revenue-generating institutions such as the NNPC, FRS, Customs, and all other revenue-generating agencies of government. The money is collated into one and given to the budget ministry, which now allocates those monies to the ministries and extra-ministerial departments. It's an annual ritual. It must be done. It's a constitutional provision. It is backed by the Constitution. If Mr. President, he cannot even do that. Mr. President must present the budget of the nation to the National Assembly for appropriation. No money can be, by virtue of this provision, no money can be spent, no unappropriated money can be expended. However, most institutions, especially universities, when they generate monies, they take it to the council, council approves, and then they go ahead to spend the money. Your council has no power of appropriation. Only the National Assembly has the power, by virtue of this provision, power of appropriation. It's your money. Normally, you budget also for the IGR. You approach the two committees of the House and Senate that we have donated so amount of money, and this is how we want to utilize this the money that we generated. The two committees will look at it and give you the go-ahead in line with subsection 4 to go and spend your money. If there are issues that need to be reviewed, we may require that it be changed. But then it is better for you to comply with the constitutional provision than go ahead and then apply the money, and then spend them. And whenever we come on oversight, there are a lot of issues. Most of the issues that arise during oversight is related to IGR, misapplication of the IGR, so generated by many universities. So these are the two constitutional issues that I want to raise. In view of the fact that you are just coming in, I want you to take those into consideration. If you are able to observe this constitutional the provisions, I think a lot of committees would have no business harassing you.
Now, on page 7 of this document, I know that you have medical fees, but on page 7, you don't have this document readily available. But on this document, I saw medical test, health center income. The person in charge of your health center, is the person available? Or anybody working there?
No, call me right there.
Do staff pay when they go to run tests? Do staff pay?
Yes, some tests are not covered by NHI.
No, I'm just talking about the normal malaria, typhoid tests. They don't pay. Which category of persons pay?
The outsourced services like our security cleaners, the place attending.
What of the students?
Students, they pay it along with their school fees.
They pay along with their school fees.
Let me put it out.
The income you have here from health center income, medical tests, is 12,600 naira. And I know that running just one average malaria and typhoid test, maybe this could cover for 2 or 3 patients. So are we saying that is only even 10 patients that paid for medical tests in year 2024?
For 2024, how many intakes? What is the number of the intakes?
You want an immediate answer, or do you allow them to?
It's on that.
I think it's interactive.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Everything. You want to adopt interactive.
Yeah, started.
So the pro about, we'll give you the exact figure.
Okay.
I might remember, but it's about 40,000.
40,000.
Chairman, I know that all questions should be directed at him, but you have also stated that he could leverage on any of his staff.
That's it.
And given the fact that he just came,
Yeah.
you will know that virtually all questions will go.
Yeah, in fact, we acknowledge the fact that you are coming
To the NGOs and community is increasing. I don't think that should be a line budget in a federal government establishment.
And when I said 2023, it cut across 2024 and 2025, the same mistake. It's not a mistake. I can't call it a mistake.
Go ahead. Just refer us to the place. Whenever you are.
No, sir, this mistake is in 2023, 2024, and 2025, no approval.
Noted.
Thank you, sir. Then again, from this document, the same page, sir, page 26
Okay.
of the spreadsheet. The same page on the spreadsheet, serial number 1, interest, general interest. I use me the same 26 for the spreadsheet. Serial number 1,
Yeah, we are there.
item of expenditure.
Yeah.
Number 1, we have general interest.
The interest has not been itemized. They are just lump sum.
It's not about that, sir. I don't know whether maybe the BASA knows what is called interest. Because I checked 2023, 2024, and 2025. And we have different amounts and you spend it as you like. Because interest is a fixed amount of money that has to be expanded and be replenished. You understand? For example, if you have 10 million as interest, you must be revolving, floating around that 10 million. No more, no less. If you take it less, it's better, but no more. But in 2023, if I can quote you right, you have a general interest of 26 million plus. 2024, another amount of money. 2025, another figure. I hope you are not in busy.
At the Federal University of Technology, Akure, the committee identified some errors in the budget line of the university's internally generated revenue and spendings.
I'll be forced to go back I'll repeat some of the issues because I've not seen any improvement in the presentation. Some of the issues, some of the observations we made during last year's oversight, I think have not been adequately addressed.
Yeah.
I normally start with the constitutional issues. I wanted to skip that aspect because we dealt with those issues adequately during our oversight last year. Observance of the extant provisions of Section 14, subsection 3. I'm sure you've employed.
No.
You didn't employ?
No. No.
We have not employed.
We have not employed.
Did you advertise?
We advertised, but we have not recruited.
You see, the crafters of the Constitution did not put this, did not create this section in the Constitution just for fancy or just for the sake of it. It is there for observance. And to enforce the observance of this constitutional provision, the National Assembly in its wisdom created the Federal Character Commission. The Federal Character Commission Act made specific provisions. Equity share of 2.7% was made for each and every state of the Federation. Each state of the Federation has an equity share of 2.7% in the establishment, in the nominal role of Federal University of Technology, Akure. FCT, mandatorily, by law, is entitled to 1% of your nominal role, FCT Abuja. An exception can be made for catchment area, but not exceeding 3%. However, in addition, the law has made provision for 3-year jail term for violation with no option of fine.
The ambiguity I found here, you say you refer to Article 46 also, that you limited the 25% mandatory remittance to Office of Criminal Reparation, CF, I couldn't find it. I checked, I couldn't find it. And you said you were meeting. Do you have an answer?
Occasions to Mr. President to ask that universities be exempt, and we have information that we are given exemption.
Information was circular.
Exactly.
Circular, was it?
It's
That
not
you
there.
exempted.
It's not there. But even as that, the ICPC still come to look at our books, look at.
Let me give you an answer.
Come again.
Let me give you an answer.
Okay.
ICPC has its own thing. ICPC.
Corrupt practices.
And something like that. ICPC. This is House of National Assembly. We are doing our own constitution or something to oversight.
Yeah.
ICPC, EFCC, even the police, whoever, we are doing our own constitution.
Yes, all I'm trying to
And
say.
again, we depend on some other committees, maybe like Public Accounts Committee of House.
Yes.
most especially if you have
Audit.
audit query on the office of the accounts. I'm a member of all accounts. We may meet one day. And if you speak this to the public accounts committee, so ICPC is doing its own job, and we're doing our own constitutional responsibility of oversight. If you look at the document here,
And where?
it's about your idea,
What is that?
spreadsheet.
Yes.
That's a column provided.
It is.
Yes. It's 12. So, there's a column provided for actions I can see, not for direction, not for voting for directed, collect as idea of 2023.
Yeah, 2023.
Not 2023 or 12. It's 12.
Yes, it's year 2023. Okay.
Do you have any projection,
Any?
what you intend to collect in 2023 as idea?
And
That is
there
one.
must be.
There must be. Okay, reply me please.
Okay, that is not stated here.
You said there must be.
No, because every year, if we do budget.
I'm taking from the document, please.
Okay.
This
It's
document.
an omission, I think.
Omission. Is it deliberate? Is it intentional? Any mistake in account, infraction, error, we have to determine. We have to determine whether it is an intentional act or unintentional. And you see, you said there must be. Oh, okay, not it, please. And again, you did not provide for the total sums of IGR you collected in 23. Seems ridiculous. You have it?
The total is not here.
Total is not here. So how can we determine whether we made an over expenditure or not? How can we determine?
Person behind this document that we are going through, we ought to have affirmed you so that we can charge you for perjury, for misleading this committee. Yes. We are dealing with fake this thing. But all this information, the moment you calculate, you find out that you are misleading us. We ought to have affirmed you.
Why we have these errors, I don't know. Words of type cannot be taken as excuse. It cannot be taken. Even for me, it is not acceptable.
Yes.
So I cannot put that forward, that it is time matter. But we have observed the errors as they have been shown. It's good for us to know what you want and then improve the document. For example, now you're asking for acceptance fee. You know, these fees come in different forms. We may not have the figures or the fingertips, and it will also be good to mislead the house.
In the submission of the Federal University Oyo Ekiti in Ekiti State, the committee queried the management over some faulty areas.
The chairman of council, Senator Victor Ndoma Egba, was in my office in the National Assembly. He briefed me about the challenges this university is facing, and that the Vice Chancellor was on leave, and that the process was in motion for the appointment of a new Vice Chancellor. And so when I came and he briefed me that this is what is taking place, he's only telling me what I know, and that he wants the committee to understand with them what they have gone through and what they are going through. So a substantive Vice Chancellor has been appointed, but then the tenure of the present one, which was taken his terminal leave, is yet to come to an end. Therefore, Professor Tajuddin has stepped in. So the committee should please understand and interact with him in his capacity as a full representative of the Vice Chancellor. Ordinarily, the committee does not entertain any other person other than the substantive Vice Chancellor. But we understand the situation of the university, and have been fully briefed by Senator Victor Ndoma Egban. Acting Vice Chancellor, we've received your document. However, part of our challenge is that the entire document, even though a substantial amount of information has been supplied, is not paginated. Completely, it's not paginated. So, which makes reference very, very difficult. For a job like this, now, if I want to make a reference to a particular page, it will take us a lot of time before we reach a page that is being referred to. This one is really very clumsy.
Honestly speaking, sir, Your Honors, we have nothing to hide. But the packaging of our documents has not conformed with the way it should be. Please, kindly take my apology on that. How do we present document that is not paged? No pagination. By now, we should have even left this place. If you say page, so you look at the page. But the secretariat that did that one in the bursary worked on what they call template. You can't work on template given to you without having a good summary of your presentation. Let me start with that of 25%. We were even at EFCC Ilorin, sir, when I think we said it the other time, okay, where the EFCC claimed that the government has asked them to collect 25% of our IGR from us. We paid over 200 million naira, sir. But where is it reflecting? You should have reflected that. Many universities were invited. Lokoja was invited. The Vice Lokoja was invited. And even locked up. We went there. We gave analysis of what we have, and they agreed on instrumental payment, which we have completed. I want to believe that since we've done that, because what this administration is continuous. I get it. Most of what we were made to pay were the ones that ought to have been paid. But we were told you inherit assets and then liability. And since then we commenced payments. Why that has not reflected here? I'm sorry, sir. It is as a result of bad packaging. Please.
The lawmakers inspected some projects at the university before leaving to Obafemi Awolowo University, Ife. The interface between the committee and management of the Obafemi Awolowo University provides a headway to correct mistakes based on the submission by the university.
Full of inconsistencies, and the amount declared in one report are higher than the amount declared in the other report, even though the two reports are on the same 2024 IGR utilization. This shows that OAU did not, what AU did was mere allocation of figures, which did not represent the actual transaction. Also, it did not provide the IGR raised from the payment of acceptance fee. Yeah, I saw this thing, it was blank.
Yeah, we don't collect acceptance.
You don't collect acceptance. What do you collect instead?
we were told to stop that some time ago, and so since then we decided to.
But in 2024,
Registration fee.
yes, but in 2024, specifically on page 17, we're making page 17, serial number 9 on the spreadsheet. We gave acceptance fee as 209,429,800 paid by students. And you are now also saying that you don't accept to collect acceptance fee.
Way of collection. This for which year? 2024.
Yeah.
So, as a model for have an idea projected for collection. Sir.
Yeah.
The projection, because we are not collecting it, so it is dash.
Page
That's
17.
page 17.
Okay. Okay, let us look at page 17.
What page?
Page 17.
Sir.
Actual total amount.
Page 17. Okay. 22. Page 17. Look at it. Yeah.
That's what we are saying. It's dash now.
Okay.
This was supposed to be
See,
collected.
actual total amount received.
Also, it goes here. That's the amount that the people paid.
Bossa, will you explain that? That's that rule. I said
So, it's an actual amount.
Actual amount. What's the difference?
So it's not a projection, it's an actual amount. That's what's
That's actual. This is the idea projected for collection.
in fact, it's the projection that you did not put.
And
Okay.
two different
Then
figures.
actual total amount received as idea. There must be
In finances, spending money, public funds, even private funds, even your own company, there is what we call receipts and expenditure. You receive, then you expend. Or sources and applications. You source like your agile sources, then you expend. That's the base, or debit and credit, whatever you call it. But here, we have your receipts, we have your expenditure, but it's very difficult for us to relate between your receipts and expenditure, which is very good. I think BC, you are with me. We have your receipts, we have your expenditure, but it's very difficult for me, from my observation, to relate the two. Because I don't even see the summation of your receipts. I don't know what you collected in 2023, 2024, 2025. I didn't see any summary. I didn't see anything like that.
It's deliberate. It's deliberate. This one is deliberate. So that by the time you start adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you become tired.
So,
yeah, you noted.
so this.
No summation, yes, no summation.
So, from your receipts, we have to know how much you collected in 2023, 2024, 2025, so that we can relate what you spent in those years, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Because, why I'm saying this, Mr. Chairman, if I can refer us to page 6 to 14 of this document.
With what?
Page 6 to 14 of this document. Let's start with page 6. No, page 6.
Page 6. We are there, we are on page 16.
Page 6.
We are there.
Mr. Chairman, sir, serial number 4, let me start with 4.
50 billion.
Electricity bill.
700 million.
No, it's 752. They have their own budget of 700,
yes.
but they paid 752. They have in bracket an over expenditure of 52 million.
Yeah.
Am I right? If you then serial number 6, again on fuel lubricants, we have an excess expenditure of 17 million plus.
Yeah.
Again, serial number 10, on the same page, we had an over expenditure of over 22 million.
On page 17, hostel accommodation. And the tuition fees and other school charges paid. That is 175 million. Abi? Then go to actual total amount received, IGR. So what is the difference between the two? Actual total amount received and tuition fees and other school charges by students.
175. And then there's another
one.
Projection.
401 million.
65 million. This one is.
I suspected
So then acceptance fee 142 million under the tuition this blah blah receipt.
400
Then the other one 209 million. Another one actual total amount received. Then
this your computer, did it write against you?
number 10 registration fees
Did the
too.
computer write against you?
Yeah, this bulky document. There are this capital project of 2024. They spent 320 million naira on capital project, but on their remarks, no percentage was mentioned on the remarks, Chairman. There is no specific percentage of the project they executed 2024. They spent 320 million naira, and traditionally, the committee may decide. BC, are you with us? In the year 2024, you executed some project worth 320 million naira, but on your remarks, you only mentioned that works in progress, and no percentage was mentioned, specific percentage, by 2%, 3%, 5%, 50%, whatever.
No name of contractor.
Yeah, name of contractor. And traditionally, this committee used to visit a fiscal project to ascertain the level of its progress as far as budgetary preparation concerned. So we would like to know the percentage of this project you have executed, so as the committee may decide either to fiscally visit the project or not.
In order to reposition ourselves in ensuring that we do the needful. And like it's been said, I may find it difficult even going one by one, wanting to respond to all this. But to just say that all that you've been saying, what you've said, are well noted. And we are going to really pay strict attention and on all ensure that we leverage the opportunity that we have, that the committee is in charge of university education in its totality. And so all these things, all these errors pointed out, particularly the errors that we also noted, even while you were trying to read out some of these pages. We will try to correct them, harmonize them very well, and then ensure that subsequent presentations of even subsequent spendings that has to do with the IGR will ensure that the House Committee is well carried along. We want to thank you.
At the University of Ibadan, the committee scrutinizes documents forwarded by the management on budget performance, faulting information provided.
Part of our responsibility is to oversight the Federal Ministry of Education. We oversight the National Universities Commission. We oversight all universities and inter-university centers. Honorable colleagues, I would like to start by expressing our displeasure of the committee on the cold reception we received from University of Ibadan. For the past 3 days, we've been trying to reach out to the Vice Chancellor. The Secretariat made several calls. They could not access the Vice Chancellor. They could not access the Registrar. They could not access any principal officer with whom to communicate our arrival today. Not only that, we are in fact not sure as to whether we are going to be received today. All attempts to communicate with the leadership of this university proved abortive. In fact, I informed the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ife that in case we get a cold shoulder, please, his vehicle should be on standby so that when we finish, it will take us to Lagos. This I find most surprising. We are not interlopers. We are here on a constitutional responsibility. We are not visiting University of Lagos alone. We are visiting all federal institutions, all federal universities in Nigeria. All. Finally, we are going to round up with the Ministry of Education. This is a constitutional responsibility entrusted on us by sections 88 and 89. So we are not here to harass anybody. We are here just to do our job. Annually, before the commencement of the next year's budgetary interface, we must, as a committee, visit all institutions under our oversight jurisdiction to interface with the management so that we can now start on a clean slate. Wherever we find infractions, those infractions are drawn to the attention of the management with a view to getting things rectified and corrected. So when the management of a university deliberately try to frustrate the discharge of this constitutional responsibility, we find it really disheartening, and not from a renowned first-generation university like University of Ibadan. I don't want to hide it from medicine. I'm expressing this sincere opinion of the university. It is most unfortunate. Last year, we didn't have that way. The Vice Chancellor was here to receive us. There is nobody in Nigeria that can summon the VC to Abuja to neglect this fundamental constitutional responsibility. The committee is above any other person. This committee is the main committee, is above anybody. The Minister of Education is under this committee. Really, I find it really most shocking, really embarrassing. I thought I should make this point before we start at this thing.
My name is Professor Bayode Okola.
I will leave the floor to you to make your remarks. Guarantee that you have full powers to respond to all the issues that will be raised in this interface.
Yes, sir. I have the full support of the Vice Chancellor and along with the principal officers of the university.
Not full support, full powers.
Full power.
Yes, respond. Press the listen. You have been recorded.
Yes, I have the full powers of the University Vice Chancellor to respond to
all the issues that will be raised.
All issues raised.
Here, you utilize your AGR and you gave us a report combining both the recurrent and capital nature of expenditure in Waterford, which is a violation of financial tradition and financial regulations. I hope the bus is around. Is there about the bus is here? So this is misclassification and misleading.
Because I see in your entries actual amount spent for 2024, 507 million naira as honorarium and sitting allowance.
Page 1 of 2 or 2 of 2?
Page 1 of 2 for 2024. 507 million naira. Whereas I know what honorarium should be. Then you have very nebulous entry, the number 1 entry, or you named it 2, academic expenses. And you lump everything and say you spent 510 million naira. What are these academic expenses? Whereas you have other breakdowns of other expenses that should fall under. We would like to know what constitutes academic expenses.
First, I want to apologize on behalf of my principal, that is the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adebowale. Actually, he knew that you will be coming, but had to be summoned to Abuja. In fact, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I'm not sure now. I apologize on his behalf. It's not a slight on the committee, but due to the exigencies of his duties, and we just finished our convocation, and there were matters arising that we had to quickly go to settle. So I apologize on his behalf that he's not here. Also, I want to state categorically that on misclassification of our account, about personal cost, recurrent expenditure, and capital expenditure, I apologize also when I say that we'll go and correct these, mistake in our rendering of the account under the headings, so as to make it clearer. Explaining on spent fund for 2023-2024, totaling about 5 billion. I want to say that from my limited knowledge of accounts, we want the bursar and his team to answer that. But I know that by our system, that is what we've been advocating for. The university system is different from the typical civil service system. We have the periods when we have our students coming in. When they come in, they pay the school fees. These are labeled funds that you can't return because you have to use it for the specific purpose to which they are collected for. Like if you're talking about hostel accommodation, you have to use it for a whole year, and the year starts from October when they come in, for maintenance of the hostel, for sanitation of the hostel, for NEPA bill for the hostel. And so it's continuous. Though December has come, but that money is not free because you are going to use it January, February until the next session. And as I've said, I have limited understanding of account systems. Maybe the person can throw more light on this. So it's not that we take it and then use it at for our own purpose. It's there and recycled for the purpose to which it has been collected. For example, you're talking about exam fees. You take it in October, but you do exams 2 or 3 times in a year, and they have to be expended on exams. So by December, you cannot return it because you have to use it for exam in mid-semester and other, exams. So also the money for maybe stationaries and so on and so forth. So maybe that is why, it appears that we have surplus, but those surplus may not be available for, returning because you are going to use it at the end of the day. Also, as for the houses in the quarters, I apologize because we didn't bring the director of fiscal planning here, but we have houses for senior staff, we have houses for junior staff, and recently we just tried to increase the rent. The rent is not much because the unions will not allow us to operate it on commercial basis. So we have to try to persuade them, and we've made an agreement now that every 2 years we will review based on prevailing economic situations or inflation trend.
Infractions in nominal rule and inconsistencies in internally generated revenue were raised during an interaction with the management of the Federal University of Health Sciences, Ila-Orogun, Osun State.
Basa, I want you to clearly understand the context of this interface. Clearly, ordinarily, all of you, we ought to have affirmed you before we engage you. You ought to have been affirmed to make sure that you tell us the truth, nothing but the truth. Any deviation, we can charge you for perjury. We wanted this interface to be quiet, in a relaxed atmosphere. But when you deliberately seek to mislead this committee, I'm quoting Section 88 and Section 89 of the Constitution so that it will be guided. And what the Section 88 said, subject to the provisions of this Constitution, each House of the National Assembly shall have power by the resolution published in its journal or in the official gazette of the government of the Federation to direct or cause to be directed an investigation into A, any matter or thing with respect to which it has power to make laws. B, the conduct of affairs of any person, authority, ministry, or government department charged or intended to be charged with the duty or responsibility for 1, executing or administering laws enacted by the National Assembly, and 2, disbursing or administering monies appropriated or to be appropriated by the National Assembly.
I don't know, what is it about? No, just note. Just note. And then your honorarium and sitting allowance. I don't know why they jumped from 40,000. I don't know if this is correct, as captured on page 3, serial number 32, as at March 2024, only to jump to 147 million as at 31st December 2024. So what gave rise to this astronomical jump? Honorarium and then also you recorded telephone charges, which I think the chairman mentioned in his opening remarks. 902,000 for telephone charges. Who were you buying the credits for? Telephone charges. You buy recharge card for them, or what do you do? How do you retire this? How was the payments made? You buy recharge card for individuals who are already, collecting money to do their jobs.
Please, Mr. Visi, in your response, just in brevity, the student population in the year 2023 is this. Student population in the year 2024 is this. Student population in the year 2025 is this. In brevity, no more. That's exactly what we want. Then your development levy. How do you collect it? Is it every year or once? Just put it down so that in your response.
We have seen a letter of waiver you got from the Direct Character Commission, and you are to recruit about 270 something, 180. So I just surprise anyone that come to do this kind of exercise, that somebody that has a large number of staff to employ and seeking for waiver not to disclose or not to advertise. I don't know if you. No, but what I saw in the letter was that seeking for waiver not to advertise the employment.
Honorable Sani, Prof, you don't interject. When members are speaking, you just take note. When you give you the opportunity to, you can repeat, yes.
Yes, it surprised the committee. Why? Because we believe by advertising it will give you more professionals that you deserve to have, more especially the institutions that are health-related institutions. So we believe maybe next time you will consider to make it open. Even if 1 million applied, you are still restricted to the number you are going to employ. And secondly, I just want to ask regarding the issue of this gate. When did this gate construction was started? Which year was it started? Okay, it was started 2023. That was the year it started. Okay, how much was the total contract? Can you please? 300 million. Okay. Can you refer to page 14, page 15 and 16? Page 14. Expenditure, yeah, B, 14. That's 2023. Yeah, 2023 expenditure. It was, yes, 273 was expended. And page 15, 176 was expended. Am I correct? That's page 15. Expenditure, on the expenditure. Serial number 1, construction of gate and the perimeter fencing, 176. Am I correct? Then you go to the next page, that's 16. You see 37 million naira. That is serial number 5, page 16.
And ministry they are represented. The last one we did, I insisted we must advertise even in Daily Trust. And then we did another one in Punch, and then another one maybe in The Nation. Yeah. For this 2025, for the 180 that we did. And Daily Trust, Punch, and The Nation. And the agencies were present at the interview. And I can tell you, sir, that anybody from Southwest, there is none of them who came who were not given appointment. Anytime, anybody outside Southwest region who attended that interview, there was none of them who did not have their appointment.
Technically now, Oshun says disqualified. Oshun, Oyo.
They are not disqualified. You know, okay, let me give you a kind of scenario. We know we have certain states that are preponderant. So when we now have all of them and they score appointable marks, even if the person, let's say 70 is appointable marks, if Oshun scores 73 and an outside Southwest scored 71, anytime it is outside Southwest, as long as he has scored more than 70, we pick the person first. So, oh, we do, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, one activist lawyer will just take on the victim that is defending.
If the committee can go to that, the committee can approach the Supreme Court for the interpretation of section 14.
Yes, sir. The first one.
We can approach the Supreme Court for the interpretation of section 14.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then the 180 they gave us, it was specific for our accreditation. They are senior people. The 180. The one that Honorable mentioned that we got waiver, that was when we started and we were just about 5 people and we had hunted and this, but subsequent ones we had national adverts. So that's about it. It's okay.
You must.
It's okay, sir. It's okay. I will note that, and the ones that have not reported, I will still have. There are ones, you know, like we said, the difference in what we were talking about in the payment. Some of these senior people have reported for about 3 months now. We didn't pay them. We have to pay them arrears. The reason why they were not paid is because the IPPIs did not come to capture them. They're just capturing them downstairs now. So once they finish the capturing, some of them, because at least they had to appear on our staff list before MDCN and other accrediting bodies. With the few times that I've looked at my phone, the nursing NUC team that are coming to here at once, they are trying to monitor me. So that's one of the things that. So once some of them who have not reported, they've gone to give 3 months, 6 months. Once the time elapses, we look at. They have not reported. Some of them reported, but they have to show interest and then go back to the.
I don't complicate matters.
Yes.
If they report,
yes,
and they go back
yes,
to the original workplace,
yes,
for 3 months,
no,
or 1 month as the case may be,
yes.
Are you implying that they will end up with
No, sir. No, we're not paying them. But
my respected colleagues, those for the motion moved and so seconded, say aye.
Aye.
Against, say nay. The ayes have it.